everybody, Coach Jessica Hoke here, and I want to welcome you to part 5 of the How to Stop Giving Up on Yourself series. Today's topic is going to be focusing on what you can control. Tackling a new goal in life is very scary and can lead to overwhelm, that just feeling of overwhelm. This is what usually leads to you quitting, am I right? I've been there. We spend all this time planning instead of taking action. And then the thoughts of everything that can go wrong start to creep in. And it's usually things that we have no control over anyway. And that is the birth of doubt. And we all know that doubt is the killer of dreams. So before the negative thoughts creep in, you need to focus on what you can control. Not all of the outside mess that can cloud your mind. Now, you're probably asking, what things do I have control over, Jessica? Let me help guide you and remind you a little bit of what you do have control over. The first one is your mindset. You have control over how you view a situation, where your mind goes when you get stressed out. You can let it shut your brain down and it makes you inactive, or you can find the lesson in what you're dealing with. I think we always get so caught up in a moment that we just never take time to reflect. We feel like everything's hitting us from every corner of the universe that we just don't feel like we don't have the time to do that. But it's necessary for your success. I've gone through so much in my life that if I would have stayed the way I was, I wouldn't be here talking to you, sharing any tips or tricks. I'd be too busy being scared and depressed. There has to be a shift in your mindset to where you have to start reflecting a lot more on everything that causes you frustration in life. Or else you will just be consumed and then it's just going to ruin you. So you have to step up and say, you know what? I'm not going to view everything as a negative Nancy. I'm going to give life a shot and see what the lesson is in the turmoil. I'm going to go back to when I was in my abusive relationship. I always told myself I would never be in a relationship like that. But when I was at my lowest point in life where I felt so lonely that I latched onto this butthead of a guy and I let this victim mindset take over. Instead of thinking, what can I do to get out of here? I thought I could change this guy. But we all know you can't change anybody. So if I would have stayed with him, I don't know where I would be. I know I would probably never smile. I think of how unhappy I was for that almost year that I was with that guy. I'm like, man, I'm worth so much more. And I think you just get so fed up with being that victim that you end up doing a 180 and changing completely. Yes, your circles get smaller when it comes down to that, when it comes to your friends and everything, because you really truly don't just accept what's out there. You actually treasure every single person in your life and you don't take them for granted. So I think that you gotta see, because I could be like, you know what, I don't understand why I was with a guy like that. Why would God put someone in my life like that? But it was my choice to stay. No one forced me to be in that relationship. I let fear cloud my mind. And once I got out, it was like the butterfly from the cocoon, it was like, I'm free. I know I'm beautiful. I know I'm worthy of so much more. And I didn't need someone's, what do you call that? I didn't need anyone's approval for how I felt. And, I didn't need gratification from anybody but myself. And I think once you hit that spot in life, things just change for you. And that's when the mind shift happens. Then you start thinking of, wow, if I would have stayed in that, imagine if I started a family, what would I be showing my kids as blossoming future adults? I don't want them to ever be a victim of anything. I want them to know that they're amazing and that they can do anything in life. And that no one can stamp that fire out. Keep your mindset in check when things hit you from every angle in life. Now, not only is your mindset important, but it's also how you react. You can get frustrated, throw things, you can just put your hands up and say, I quit. But if there's a cycle of this crazy stuff that keeps happening to you, you have to choose to say, you know what, I'm done. I'm going to move on, and I'm going to be the higher person. I'm going to one up the universe and say, you know what, I'm done being a doormat. Okay? Again, you have to remain calm and reflect on what you're going through. And what you're usually facing that's so crazy in life is usually temporary. And I think we get so consumed that if we let it consume us, then you end up feeling like it ends up lasting forever, because that's what all you focused on. You didn't focus on how you can make something better, how you can be better. And usually when you're dealing with something in life, there's usually someone who has gone through what you've been through or is facing the same storm. So you have to learn to reach out to people. You don't have to walk this life alone. And you can have someone to be there for you when you feel like you're just going to explode. Reach out, vent. It's okay. No one's perfect and no one's life is perfect. So don't be afraid to reach out to someone and tell them that you're struggling. Because usually there will be someone out there that can say, hey, you know what? I've been there. And then they can help walk through that journey with you. And also, plans are not set in stone, so find peace in that. I think we wish that we could plan something and then hope that life never gets in the way. But again, you can hope that, but that doesn't mean that that's what's going to happen. And usually that's not what happens. And you have to be okay with finding new ways to work around things that get in your way. And you're going to probably feel alone sometimes when you're going through a growth spurt in your life. And finding dependency on yourself and loving who you are and being comfortable with who you are is just going to help bring peace when in those lonely moments. And also remember that the road that you're on is going to bring you a better life in the end. So throwing the keys out the window and saying, you know what, I'm done, and you keep doing that, you're never going to grow. There's no growth in quitting. So when a storm is heading your way, and instead of letting fear cripple you, adjust your sails and keep going. You've got this. I hope this video helped you today. Thank you so much for watching. God bless. Bye.